Oh, hello there. My name's Professor Hohen. Our last challenge was an absolute blast. Beating Pokemon Yellow just a Dratini wasn't too difficult because of its diverse moveset and because Dragon-type Pokemon are so broken in the early gens. For our second pseudo-legendary challenge video in the series, we'll be attempting to beat Pokemon Crystal with just a Larvitar. As this is Gen 2, Rock and Ground type moves are physical, which are great as Larvitar's high stats as its attack stat. Coupled with good defense and special defense stats, there won't be many physical threats towards this run. However, being a dual rock and ground type means Larvitar is weak to 6 attack types. What worse is we'll take 4 times the damage from grass and water moves. Not exactly ideal when you're weak to 3 of the 8 Johto gym leaders and Red's Venusaur and Blastoise. As with Dratini, Larvitar is also in the slow XP bracket, meaning it needs 1,250,000 XP points to reach level 100. And because of the low level of so many trainers and wild Pokemon in the Johto region, leveling up is going to be much more time consuming than it was in my previous challenge video. Larvitar's moveset isn't as diverse as Dratini, however it does learn some strong attacking moves that take advantage of the same type attack bonus, such as Rock Slide and Earthquake. However, its TM moveset only adds 5 other attacks to its move pool, and I don't think I'll be using any of them. It does, however, learn some good defensive moves such as Curse, Protect, and Double Team, but some of these I can't get until Kanto, at which point I might not even need them. Looks like I'll be relying on Larvitar's standard moveset to complete this challenge. So, what are the rules? I can only use Larvitar for battle, however, I will need some HM slaves, but I can't use these in battle. I can't use items in battle, so that means no potions, status healing, or battle items, but I can use them outside of battle, and I am allowed to teach Larvitar TMs. And finally, no glitches or exploits. I'm recording this part before I start the challenge, so I have no idea how this will go. Leave a comment below to let me know if you think we can do it. With all that being said, let's find out if we can beat Pokemon Crystal with just Larvitar. Starting off, we use the universal randomizer to change Totodile to Larvitar. This means our rival will have Chikorita, which should pose the biggest threat out of the 3 starters due to its bulkiness and being able to hit us for quadruple damage thanks to its grass type attacks. If you've played this game before, you know the drill. We grab our starter, give it a nickname, head to Route 30 and Mr. Pokemon, grab the egg, and on our way back to New Barktown bump into our rival. It's a simple battle as it's unable to do much as we resist its only attacking move, Tackle. With that done, we start making our way to Violet City, and honestly, I feel invincible so far. Route 1 is a breeze, as the trainers Bug and normal Pokemon only do 1 to 2 HP worth of damage each turn. This is going to be easy. Yeah, so that puts me in my place. Falkner's level 7 Pidgey wrecks us with Mud Slap, lowering our accuracy before Pidgeotto finishes us off. Okay, off to Bellsprout Tower. Bellsprout Tower doesn't let up on the difficulty, but that's what you get when your only Pokemon is 4 times weak to grass attacks. At level 10 we take on Sagely at the top of the tower, but it's no good as we get one shot by a critical Vine Whip. After grinding on a never-ending supply of Rattata and hitting level 12, we go again! But between his first 2 Pokemon, he's guaranteed to land at least 2 Vine Whips, which is enough to knock us out. That is until we get a lucky break and we make his second Bellsprout flinch, clearing the way for us to finish his Hoot Hoot. With HM Flash in hand, we hightail it out there and head on over to the Violet City gym again. The rematch against Falkner goes a lot more smoothly now we're at a higher level. Despite the bombardment of Mud Slaps and our lowered accuracy, we're able to slowly whittle down his illegal Pidgeotto with Bite and Sandstorm to claim the Zephyr badge. Now we're over that bump, we speed through Union Cave and Slowpoke Wild with little issue and arrive at Azalea Town Gym. Bugsy starts with Metapod, it's an easy win and we hit level 16. Bugsy's second Pokemon is Cypher. Our bite does a pitiful amount of damage, and because Fury Cutter's power grows with each consecutive attack, it's not long before we lose. Unfortunately, as Dark is special in Gen 2, what were you thinking, Game Freak? It means that using Leer and Screech are useless as it won't increase the damage I do with Bite, and because I'm against the clock because of Fury Cutter, we're just not going to cut it with our current moveset and level, so I decide to have a bash at the rival instead. With only Lick at its disposal, the Ghastly isn't much of an issue and a few bites knocks it out. The Bayleaf on the other hand is a terrible matchup for us, a single Razor Leaf one-shots us. Razor Leaf only has 95% accuracy, so technically we could continue trying and hope for a bit of luck. Between grinding wild Pokemon, I attempt the battle again at levels 18, 19, 20 and 21 and still were walled by his Bayleaf. After a bit more grinding just outside Union Cave, we hit level 22 and learn Rock Slide, a 75 power move which benefits from a stab bonus. Now that we have Rock Slide, Bugsy is a piece of cake, with Metapod, Kakuna and Cypher all going down to a single Rock Slide, netting us the Hive badge. Back to the rival battle. It's a luck game. We're now faster than his Ghastly and able to one-shot it with Bite. Against his Bayleaf, I try Mudslap, hoping it will lower his Bayleaf's accuracy, but it outspeeds us, hitting us with yet another Razor Leaf and leaving us with just 5 HP. I continue to chip away with Mudslap, but eventually it hits us again and takes us out. This tactic just isn't going to work. We would need it to miss around 5 Razor Leafs in a row, which is highly unlikely, so we opt to try and power through his Bayleaf by using Rock Slide. There's neither Rock Slide or Razor Leaf for 100% accuracy. There are several attempts before we get a perfect run, where we manage to KO Ghastly in one hit, outspeed and flinch Bayleaf for our first Rock Slide before finishing off with a second attack. Outlast is Zubat, which goes down to a single Rock Slide 2, where our second hurdle passing this challenge, we head into Ilex Forest. We solve the Farfetch'd puzzle, but then realise I need a Pokemon that can learn Cut. With no money and only a few Pokeballs, I catch a Sandshrew and name him Cut. Actually, thinking about it, is it possible to softlock the game here if you don't have a Pokemon that can learn Cut and don't have enough money to buy any Pokeballs? Now in Goldenrod, there's one very important thing we need to do, and that's collecting Kenya and releasing it. Be free! We check the mail before doing so, and oh my, this is saucy, isn't it? It says, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Whitney is the next gym leader in the game. A couple of bites are enough to KO Hercule Fairy, and a few rock slides are enough to see off a Miltank. All in all, it was a really simple battle. With that done, we claim that, she's crying. Feeling salty there, Whitney? Knowing another rival battle is coming up, I battle every trainer on the way to Mahogany Town, and proceed to get wiped out by both a Tangler, and again by Marill. Despite my higher level, I'm beginning to realise that Larvitar cannot stand up to water and grass moves, like, at all. Now in Burnt Tower, our rival's Bayleaf destroys us. It outspeeds and hits with a Razor Leaf, nearly beating us in one hit, although it's the curse from the Hunter that finishes us off. Just like the last rival battle, we will need to level up and have some luck before we even stand a chance. What's worse is that in Pokemon Crystal you can't gain entry to the town's gym until you win this fight. So I decide to head to Olivine City and beat all the trainers along the way. Even the Lighthouse gives us some issues because of the many water Pokemon that can cause us a world of pain, thanks to Larvitar's 4 times weakness to water. However, we do learn Thrash, a powerful 2 to 3 turn attack which is enough to beat the majority of trainers at this part of the game. Now level 30 and running out of trainers to grind against, I decide to take on the Kimono Girls. The battles are relatively easy, with the exception of Espeon due to confusion and Vaporeon thanks to Water Gun, but we're able to overcome all 5 trainers, reach level 31 and claim HM3 Surf. At level 33 we take another shot at our rival, but we still can't take out either his Haunter or Bayleaf without a critical hit, which means we are beaten by a combination of Curse and Razor Leaf. So, we need to continue grinding, but there's very few trainers left to battle against, so grinding is starting to become really time consuming. Despite not being able to use Surf yet, we're still able to make our way to the Lake of Rage and beat the remaining trainers there. Unfortunately, we can't get to the Gyarados yet, he lies just outside of reach, taunting us. Don't worry you oversized goldfish, your time will come. Okay, let's see if our grinding has paid off. At level 36 we try the rival again. We are now able to take down his Haunter with one bite, preventing it from cursing us. Bayleaf is out next. We outspeed, landing a bite and making it flinch. We're then able to finish off with Rock Slide, and now I think the battle is finally winnable. We take down Zubat with a single Rock Slide and finish off Magnemite with a few bites. Oh my god, yes! Honestly, I'm so happy. After so many failed attempts, we finally managed to win this battle. Also, I love this bit of dialogue from our rival. Some genius you are. Now we've beaten our rival in Burnt Tower, we can access the Mahogany Town Gym and attempt to win the Fog Badge. At level 37, we're able to take down his Ghastly and first Haunter with a single bite. Gengar is in next and misses Hypnosis, but we're unable to finish it with a single attack, so it's able to put us to sleep next turn and slowly finishes off with Dream Eater. It takes a few attempts for us to have a run where Gengar finally misses back-to-back Hypnosis and we're able to KO his team with just Bite. Finally, we can make our way to Signwood City to continue this challenge. When we arrive, we pick up the secret potion and talk to this trainer. He entrusts us, rightly so, with his Shuckle. How do you reward this show of faith? We immediately release it into the wild. Bye, Shucky! Chuck's the next milestone. His Primeape is out first, and we use Thrash to knock it out without too much trouble. Despite confusion, we're able to attack his Poliwrath, but its HP is still in the green and it's able to take us down in a single Surf. I re-challenge him a few times, but Chuck's Poliwrath KOs me with Surf every single time. Even with a critical Thrash, I don't think his Poliwrath is going to down at our current level. So you know what that means? It's time for a grinding montage. Despite our weakness to water, we outspeed every Pokemon we find in the water and easily knock them out with a combination of Rock Slide and Thrash. At level 40, it takes around 10 minutes of grinding to just increase one level. Ugh. After an hour of grinding, we hit level 46, and here are our stats. Honestly, these stats aren't great, especially as by now, most other Pokemon would have a couple of stats over 100, but I don't want to overlevel and make this challenge too easy. During the grinding, we learn Crunch. While this move won't help us against Chuck, it'll help us later on in this run. So, let's see how we get on against Chuck. Because of our level, Thrash is able to knock out his Primeape in a single attack and bring his Poliwrath to just below half health. This means we always take damage from Surf, however, which is still powerful enough to knock out Larvitar. Though I feel we can win this with a critical hit, so I try again, and again, and again. Finally, we get a lucky run where we barely hang on from a Surf, and are able to finish Poliwrath with one final Thrash, meaning we claim the Storm Badge. We return to Olivine City to take on Jasmine, and guess what? We get trashed again! We don't have a move that reliably damages Steel-type Pokemon, but the Magnemite doesn't have a move that causes much damage to us either, so it goes down after a few attacks. Steelix is out next. We're not winning this battle yet. Crunch does very little damage, and Iron-Tail one-shots us. Like so many other parts of this run, we would need fantastic luck to win at our current level and with this moveset, so I decide to head back to the Lake of Rage and progress the story there. I've never done this before, but I knock out the shiny Pokemon. We climb the red scale and try to think about how the KO'd Gyarados now sinks to the bottom of the lake, defenseless against the onslaught of the other hungry fish Pokemon. What? You think that's a dark turn? Haha! Here's the Pokemon champion Lance attacking a man who has his back turned. What a coward! Lance takes me under his wing, a Dragonite wing, as we thrash the Rocket hideout. While there we... Oh no, rival time! Bayleaf, have mercy! Oh, we don't have to battle him. Whew. While here, we get the passwords, beat Team Rocket, and are complicit in the murder of 6 Electrodes as we follow our role model, Lance. Hold on, are we the bad guys? Price time. 2 crunches are enough to beat Seal. It hits us with an Icy Wind, but doesn't do much damage. Pillar Swine is his second Pokemon. We do a respectable amount of damage each turn, but he prolongs the battle by healing. But we're never in much trouble, as its Fury attack does very little. Outlast is Dugong, and a single Rock Slide is enough to finish it. Easy. Thanks for the Glacier badge price. We can't get past this man and proceed to Ice Path until we clear out Team Rocket and Goldenrod City. And we can't do that until we beat Jasmine. And we can't beat Jasmine at our current level without moveset. Well, finally, some good news. We learn Earthquake at level 50. So after a bit of grinding, we re-challenge her, where her Magnemite goes down to a single Earthquake. Steelix survives encounters with Iron-Tail, but because of our level, we're now able to survive. Before we can finish it off, Jasmine heals the Steelix, but 2 more Earthquakes are enough to finish it off. Outlast is another Magnemite, which also goes down to a single Earthquake. With that done, we earn the Mineral Badge and head on over to Goldenrod to take on the Radio Tower quest, which leads us to our rival in the basement. Our rival starts with Golbat, which goes down to a single Rock Slide. Out next is Mahogany, which survives an Earthquake. Instead of attacking us with Razor Leaf, it uses Reflect, meaning we can attack again to knock it out. Magnemite goes down to an Earthquake too. Sneasel takes 2 Earthquakes to beat, so it manages to get in 2 feint attacks which do next to no damage. He sends out Haunter last, but a single crunch is all it takes to finish off our rival. After the 2 previous rival fights, which proved to be so difficult, this battle was an absolute relief. With the rival battle done, we liberate Goldenrod, send Team Rocket packing, speak to Bill, and promise to take care of his Eevee, which of course we release into the wild. Be free, Eevee, be free. Finally, after what seems like an eternity of being walled by rivals and gym leaders and having to grind as a result, we can progress to Route 44 and the Ice Path. I skipped most of the trainers for now, as Larvitar's level is already higher than Claire's Pokemon and all of the Elite Four's Pokemon too. We're getting close to the Elite Four, but standing in our way is Claire. Her Dragonairs pose no threat at all. Kingdra on the other hand is able to survive an Earthquake and counters with Surf, knocking us out. I attempt a few more times but don't get a crit. My luck in this challenge has been terrible. So, once more, we grind, hit level 65 and attempt the 8th gym again. This time we're able to hang on when attacked by Surf, and all she can do is heal, which only delays us knocking her out with Earthquake. Just like Whitney, we can taste the salt as Claire refuses to bestow the Rising Badge to us. So, we head into the Dragon's Den and answer honestly, of course, which results in us claiming the badge. With that done, we make our way to Victory Road. In order to progress, we need a Pokemon that can learn Waterfall, so we use our Master Ball to snag it. In Victory Road, we bump into our rival once again, but our level leaves our victory in little doubt. Since our eventual win in the Burnt Tower, we've been outpacing our rival in terms of levels, and now that Mahogany always spends its first turn setting up a Reflect instead of attacking, most of his Pokemon go down to a single attack and we only lose HP as a result of confusion damage. With our rival down, it's time to challenge the Elite Four. Will's up first. He specialises in Psychic type Pokemon, so Crunch works wonders here. Xatu goes down to a single attack, Exeggutor lives on the slimmest of health and sets up a Leech Seed before we can finish it with a second Crunch. Jinx is out next and a single Earthquake is enough to knock it out. His fourth Pokemon is Slowbro, which survives our attack but uses Curse instead of attacking, meaning our second attack finishes it off. Outlast is another Xatu, but just like the first, a single Crunch is enough. That was easy. Recently promoted Koga. Wait, how does Gym Leader Succession work in Pokemon? Because Blue just moved into the Viridian City gym and just didn't leave. Anyway, he sends out Ariados, which has no chance against Larvitar's Earthquake. Out next is Fortress, which requires 2 Earthquakes to knock out. Crobat is his third Pokemon, and we connect with Rock Slide and bypass its increased evasiveness because of Double Team. His second to last Pokemon is Venomoth, which also goes down to a Rock Slide. Outlast is Muck, which is unable to survive Earthquake either. Another member of the Elite Four goes down easily. The third member of the Elite Four is Bruno, and if the first two didn't make it obvious, this is an easy battle too. Earthquake is enough to KO Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan, but not before the latter damages with a Mach Punch. Machamp also survives our first attack and misses a Cross Chop. On his next turn, Koga decides to heal, but as we outspeed and land a critical hit, we take it out. Onix is his last Pokemon, but it too goes down to a single Earthquake. The last member of the Elite Four is Karen, a new addition who specialises in Dark Pokemon. She sends out Umbreon, which survives an Earthquake and attempts to lower accuracy with Sand Attack, but misses. Out next is the Dark type Pokemon, Vileplume? Okay. Anyway, it's in her next 3 Pokemon, Murkrow, Houndoom and Gengar all go down to a single attack each. If you can't tell by this point, I'm sick of saying Earthquake. Seriously, how many times have I said it so far? 18? Ooh, let's see if we can hit 18 likes. Up last is our accomplice in crime, the champion of the Elite Four, and in his own words, the most powerful trainer. Okay mate. As you probably guessed, he's a complete walkover. Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Charizard and 2 of his Dragonites are knocked out by a single attack. Only his last Pokemon barely hangs on with the tiniest HP, but this only lets him last an extra turn. Honestly, this was a disappointment. I wish I could have attempted the Elite Four at a lower level to increase the challenge, but the battles against the rival Jasmine and Chuck meant I had no choice. I had to level up. But we're not done yet. As with any Gen 2 challenge video, the run isn't over until we beat Red. Let's hope we provide a greater challenge. I'm not going to talk too much about the gym leaders in Kanto. For the most part, they're underleveled compared to us, and most are weak to one of Larvitar's move types. So, Lieutenant Surge, Misty, Erika, Brock, Blaine, Janine? Oh, I always thought that was Jasmine. Anyway, and Sabrina's Pokemon all go down without too much hassle. There's just one more gym leader before we can take on Red, and that's Blue. With his high level and diverse team, he could put up a challenge. Yeah, Blue's as pathetic as the rest of the Kanto gym leaders. Pidgeot goes down to a single Rock Slide. Exeggutor survives a Crunch but wastes its turn charging a Solar Beam, so we're able to take it out with a second attack. Third is Alakazam, which outspeeds and lands a Psychic, but it doesn't do a lot. We retaliate with Earthquake to knock it out. Next is Rhydon, which too goes down to a single Earthquake. His fifth Pokemon is Gyarados, which goes down to a Rock Slide. His final Pokemon is Arcanine, which, say it with me, goes down to a single Earthquake. At this point, I should just call it the Earthquake Challenge. Finally, it's time for Red. I head straight to Mount Silver to attempt to win at my current level, just to get a feel for how powerful he is, knowing that it's unlikely we'll win. And that's exactly what happens. Pikachu isn't an issue as we negate electric attacks, so it has to rely on quick attack to damage us or charm to lower our attack. His second Pokemon is Espeon, which takes off 2/3 of our health with a single Psychic before finishing us off with a second. Even if we grind to level 100, I'm not sure we can reliably beat his remaining 5 Pokemon with our current moveset. After a bit of research, I think I can win at my current level with a different set of moves. So, here's the setup. First, I head back to Goldenrod City. On Sundays, there's an NPC on the 5th floor of the department store who gives away the TM return. This move, while not as strong as Thrash, has the benefit of not locking me into an attack and leaving me confused. Return's attack damage is based on the happiness of the Pokemon using it, so it should be quite powerful as we've had Larvitar since the beginning of the game. While in Goldenrod, we also pick up the coin case and head back to Kanto to Celadon City. We have to wait several hours until it's night, which enables us to pick up the TM curse from the Celadon mansion. Finally, we purchased 1,500 coins, which we used to purchase TM Double Team. With this setup, I think we can beat Red, so let's see if this works. We spend the first few turns spamming Double Team and Curse, raising our evasion, attack and defense. And it's all for nothing as Blastoise connects with Surf, which we have no chance of surviving. Okay, attempt 2, same setup. We get off to a good start, but Venusaur survives back-to-back Earthquakes and manages to connect with a Solar Beam. Ugh. Attempt 3, and this time it's Charizard that lands back-to-back flamethrowers, but it's the Boon that finishes me off. Oh, come on, just look at how close we came to beating his final Pokemon. Right, attempt 4, same setup, again. Curse and Double Team go up as Pikachu misses Charm and is only able to land a couple of quick attacks before we finish it with an Earthquake. Espeon manages to damage us with Swift, but thanks to Curse, it does little as we finish it off with an Earthquake 2. Venusaur is out next and takes in Sunlight, but before it can attack, once again, Earthquake knocks it out. Blastoise comes out, misses Surf, and we again take it out with one Earthquake. Snorlax comes out and uses Amnesia, which does nothing to stop us landing a 5th consecutive Earthquake and taking it out. Red's final Pokemon is Charizard. No Earthquake here, folks, as it's part flying. We instead use Return as it misses a Flamethrower, KOing it in one final critical hit. And finally, Red's team goes down, and that is 29 mentions of Earthquake in this video. Despite being stalled out at several points, this was a very enjoyable challenge. And to be honest with you, I feel like a bit of a Pokemon Pro. Instead of just grinding to level 100 to take on Red with my current movesets, I used what was available to me, including the TMs, and managed to win with a bit of strategy for once. So, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then click here to watch another challenge video, or here to watch one of my top 5 videos. If you really love this challenge, then you'll love my next video, where I attempt to beat Pokemon Emerald with a single Bagon. So, subscribe and ding that bell icon to be notified when it goes live. Until next time, remember to flex your inner geek. See ya!